Welcome back, guys. We are in the middle of spring and it's definitely time for a little refresh inside. I'm planning to add some hints of blue, some white linens, little bit of florals, maybe some throw pillows, and just refresh. Nothing crazy, but a little something all throughout the house. The house has been deep cleaned, and I've been collecting a couple of items to refresh the house. So let me show you what I'm thinking so far. Okay, so when I start a refresh, typically what I do is I get everything nice and deep cleaned and I remove a lot of things from the surfaces. So right now, the only thing I have on the kitchen island is this glazed pot. I might remove it all together. I might put something in it. And then I am going to remove the towels from the kitchen. I love to add in color and texture for the seasons in the kitchen with kitchen towels. It's a simple and cost-effective way to add some personality into the kitchen without having it be so permanent. And then over here on the dining room table, I've totally cleared it off, and I'm thinking that I'm actually going to throw together a tablescape and leave it because it will serve as spring decor inside the house, but it'll also be functional because we sit at the dining room table for all of our meals. And then in the living room, this side table, I keep it pretty much stacked up with the same decor for most of the season. I might switch a couple of things out, but a lot of these items are evergreen in our home decor. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I did have in the middle, I had a wicker pot with hydrangeas in it. But honestly, the purple hydrangea doesn't really match the rest of my spring decor. And it was kind of throwing off my eyes. So I took it out for now and it's in the covered back patio where our dining area is. Okay, so from this angle, you can kind of see what we're working with. The white couch, I have all throw pillows with color or pattern stripped off and no throw blankets because I am going to add texture and color for spring using those items. So this is sort of a clean slate for now. And then this is a vintage couch that I had custom upholstered in a taupe velvet material. And I think I'm actually going to keep the sort of modern take on a plaid throw blanket there, as well as the brown velvet pillow and the beige toile pillow. I think that those are nice and they'll go with the other items that I plan to include. Okay, so I have a vintage Ralph Lauren blue striped throw blanket. This was my starting point. I got this last year knowing that I wanted to add a little bit of blue into the house. Although blue is sort of, I say, like the accent color of the house, I don't even have it in here year round. I get tired of things pretty quickly when it comes to color. So I normally just stick to the neutrals. But this I thought was a great addition for spring to just put over the couch like this. And then tuck it behind the pillows on this side. Something so simple like this can just add so much to the space. So I like the way that that looks. And now let me grab a throw pillow. Okay, so here is a throw pillow that has a little bit of that baby blue color in it. It's sort of a linen-y texture. And I really like this print. It has the creamy base to it and it's not super busy. So this I think complements this blanket nicely. So I'm gonna add this. Okay, so far I like the way it looks with the throw pillow and the throw blanket. I think that those look really great together. But I think we need a little bit more. Probably not too much more color. We'll just stick to the similar color palette and add in a couple more things. I'm gonna take a look around the house and see what I have. Okay, so this is part of the beauty of having a little bit of backstop where you can swap things around throughout your house and maybe have a couple extra that are in like a linen closet. So here's another pillow. This usually stays in my office. I actually have two of these. So I kept the pillow in my office, but I grabbed out the extra to put on the couch. This is more of really muted blues. I would say it's mostly green, and the background color is a little bit more taupe, which I like. I think it'll add depth. And I'm actually gonna put it on the couch right here next to that pillow. And then I also have this. I've had this since, oof, I've probably had this for 10 years. It's a cream cashmere, sort of a cable knit, I would say, blanket that I bought from Bloomingdale's. And this I'm going to add on the other side of the sectional just to bring in a little bit more variation and add some texture. We have the striped throw blanket, this floral cream and baby blue pillow. We have added this cashmere cream blanket, which I think pairs well with that pillow. And then this pillow, which has a little bit of a shine to it, and it's more green than it is blue, but I think that that works well. I think that that's probably it for now. There are a couple of things that are catching my eye, but I'm not going to make any major changes until I do a living room makeover, let's say. For example, this coffee table is from our rental house and will need to be swapped out. I'm thinking with a table that is dark wood to add depth and a circular shape. It's going to be much bigger than the one that's there. That scale is off. It catches my eye every time. And then we also need a big area rug in here. So those are two changes that I'm going to make soon. And then I'll have a better idea of what the end product of our living room is going to be. But so far, so good. So for this dining room area, I'm thinking about putting a white linen tablecloth. There's a custom one that I had ordered off of Etsy. It is linked in my Shop My if you go to my Instagram and click the link in bio. So I think I'm gonna give us a little bit of like a lighter canvas to work with by first draping that over the table, and then let's see what we're working with. So the tablecloth is on. I absolutely love this tablecloth. Like I said, had it custom ordered because I love the look where it billows on the ground like that. I just think that it adds such a cool sort of effortless look because white tablecloths are usually more formal. I think to have it in a linen material where it's sort of wrinkly and less perfect, and to have it oversized where it billows on the floor just gives it a much cooler, sort of up to date, relaxed look. What I'm thinking to decorate the middle of the table, I like symmetry. It's just really pleasing to my eyes. So I'm gonna take a look around and see if I can find two medium sized pots or planters that I can put some mini rose bushes in that I picked up from Living Color last week. And then I'm probably gonna set some candles in between, and then I'm gonna go from there. So I'll show you guys. This is what we have for now: a white linen tablecloth, 2 mini rose bushes. Here, what are these called? These are Rocapulco apple blossoms. So anytime that I put plants like this inside, I will take them outside once a week to give them a really thorough water and let them sit for a full day out in the sun. That typically works for most of my plants, but if they ever look like they're not doing great, I will increase the cadence. So, as needed, if it's more than once a week, I will still take them outside to water them and give them some sunlight. But these I've had for a week and they've seemed to do pretty good. So fingers crossed. And then I put 3 crystal hurricane candle holders, I would call them. I have the 2 on the outside, which are almost a matching pair, and the one in the middle, which has some tulips etched into the top. So now I am going to actually set the table. I'm going to get out some plates, napkins, silverware, and do a proper tablescape. Here is some of my tableware. I don't have a very big collection. This is some of my more specialty pieces. This is the stuff that we only use on occasion, depending on the season or if we're having people over. And then over here, this is more of our day to day. So I think I'm actually going to do a mix of both. I'm thinking to start with these more organic plates. They look handmade, the color is uneven, and they have a matte finish to them. And then I've been dying to use these. This is our wedding china from Wedgwood, and these are from my sister. So I'm thinking something like this for now. I do wish that I had a plain white china plate. That's something I've had on my wish list, so I will get it probably for a special occasion for myself as a gift, but for now, this is what we're working with. Okay. I haven't even made it anywhere. I keep looking at this and just the sizing, I don't know, it just doesn't look right. So I'm going to do one or the other. Let's try both. Okay, so because I couldn't decide on the plates, I'm starting first with silverware and napkins so that it's easy to see how the plates will look once I test. So for the silverware, I am just doing our everyday silverware, which is actually Martha Stewart brand. And again, this is linked in my Shop My storefront. If you go to my Instagram, link in bio. I have a couple of options to choose from. I only ever buy 100% linen tablecloths and napkins. I feel like the tablecloth is maybe something that I would be willing to try alternative materials with, especially if it's like just for Christmas or something I won't use all the time, or it's a print or something that I can't find. Majority of the time, I actually do check the content labels to make sure that things are 100% linen. So I have plain white, natural, more of a canvas color, these two, which are just inverses of each other, the white with the blue and the blue with the white. So I think the blue could actually be, it's almost matches the throw blanket perfectly, which is right there. It makes me wish that the flowers on the table were white, but it could be nice to do both and just stick with the plain everyday plate instead of the printed china plate. I'll do one of each. So I think this for the blue option so that it doesn't clash too much with the pink flowers. Okay, so here we have the printed plate with the white linen napkin, which I think is great. This is sort of the look that I envisioned when I picked these plates out for our wedding china because it's so complimentary of the colors in our home. You can even see over there in the hallway is a chocolate brown outer bathroom. But in lieu of spring, where I do have the striped throw blanket and the really soft pink flowers, I'm thinking that this is a better option. It just feels more spring. So this is the setup. I'm gonna go ahead and set the whole table and then give you guys a closer look. This is what we have. I didn't set the whole table because I forgot that I only bought a set of 2 of these napkins, but if I love them and end up using them often, I will go ahead and get a full set, which for me, I normally either get 8 or 12 because this dining room table fits 8 people. And if we have additional people, either I bring out another round table that fits 4, or we have 4 counter stools at our kitchen island, which makes 12 total. So this is what we have for now. I really love the way that this looks. It's almost farmhousey, which I wouldn't really say that our house is farmhouse, but there are certainly some farmhouse elements that I am drawn to. But once we get them in the house and we mix it with the other stuff that I have, I would say overall my style isn't farmhouse. Here we have some aftermath in the kitchen, but I'm gonna do a couple of things in here to also refresh. Now for the kitchen to just add a little bit of spring and also keep the look cohesive throughout the first floor here, since technically the dining room is an eat-in dining room, meaning it's inside of our kitchen and it's a pretty open floor plan. So the living room is also not divided from this area. We are going to add some blue and white. So here are the blue and white napkins that I bought for the kitchen. I always get a pack of 2 so that if people come over or they get dirty because we cook every day, I cook every day, it's easy to swap them out. The kitchen always looks nice and tidy. I just add these to the dishwasher and over on the stove. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do in here for now. I would also like to add something to the kitchen island. I'm just not sure of what to do yet. I love some florals or greenery on the kitchen island, but I also like sort of just an object with nothing in it. This island is so big, I have had some trouble styling it. It also doesn't really bother me that much when it's empty because it's such a nice work surface. So for now, I'm just going to leave this glazed pot on here, which is the larger size of the pots that are on the dining room table. And because they match, I like that for now. And if I come across something that would look good on the kitchen island for spring, I will give you guys an update on my Instagram stories. Okay, so that is all I have for my spring refresh here in my home. But I went ahead and put together a little something extra for you guys, which is a special spring style page to my Shop My, which I will link down below. I have a spring home edit in there where I put together some rattan trays, mini lamps, printed throw pillows, throw blankets, coffee table books, and other things that you can browse if you also want to do a spring refresh in your home. And I also went ahead and put together some spring clothing items. So dresses, bottoms, spring tops, accessories, intimates, swim, active, and lounge. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and browse the other items that I have for you guys. And if there's anything that you saw in the video that's not vintage that you would like me to link, please comment down below and I'll get it uploaded in the Shop My app for you guys. Thank you. See you in the next one.